All right, let's jump into some matches. We got this blue-red deck. Spells matter. Let's play some matches. All right, looking at the hand, we got our signpost card of the deck, Real. We got a 1-mana cycler and a way to discard a bunch of cards. A good removal. I mean, they say a perfect hand doesn't exist, but obviously they're wrong. This is the type of hand that I may wait on cycling for Real to kind of get the engines going. I mean, I also could just wait on Cathartic Union to get the engine rolling with Real. Yeah, I think I will cycle turn 1, given that. Given that I can just, discard a bunch of cards and draw a bunch of cards with Reunion. So I think that's how the game for me is going to play out. I'll start off on a red since we care about red more in this deck. And then I'll cycle away the healer at the end of their turn. And also could depend on what they play as well. I don't know what they would play that would change my mind, but we'll see. Woo! Alright, facing down black. Cocoon. Alright, some kind of black mutate deck. That's neat. Alright, cool. So, we got another 1-mana cycler. We don't have any really 1-mana plays, so there's no point of cycling it on my turn. So we'll just send it back. Again, I think I will cycle this turn. We already have a great card with Riel to use with the Cathartic Reunion, so I don't have to go all in and have a bunch of my cards in my hand do things with her. Opponent thinking about what he wants to do. Nothing you can really mutate for 2, so most likely it's just going to be a 2-mana O2. Now the thing I want to worry about here playing out the Riel, this is also going to grow Riel by the way, putting a instant in the graveyard. Thing I want to worry about here is they're holding up 2 mana here, so there's a good chance that what they're holding up is just Essence Scatter. So there's merit to not playing her out here, but if I don't play her out here, then what am I really doing this turn? Maybe I'm holding up Flame Spill. I could not play her out here, hold up Flame Spill, and then the next turn I could lay her out with a 1-mana cycler and at least get instant value out of her if they kill her. I think I'm going to play around the Essence Scatter. She's too important to the deck to play out right now. So there's a good chance they mutate on this next turn, and we'll just kill it. Okay, so they didn't have Essence Scatter. They're going to be the Flash deck, it seems. So we'll go ahead and let them do their thing. Let them play it out, see what they do. Alright, so we're full on Sultai. So that would make more sense with the mutate. There's only a couple mutate in black. Fairfinder, okay. Alright, so they're tapped out, and that's what matters to me. Now I can get Riel down and get instant value with the cycler. And then maybe we can start getting the wheels churning. I am considering just killing this Knight Bonder. We do have 1 counter in the deck, and I would rather keep my life total a little high. And we always have this as a backup removal spell later, so I'm going to go ahead and kill it. I don't necessarily have to, mind you, but I'm going to. Alright, let's play out our land. Play out Riel. Let's read how this says. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards for the first time each turn, draw that many. So I don't think they can really respond to the cycling on their turn, but I'm going to go ahead and just do it and make sure. Cool. Alright, here we go. So, depending on what they do, maybe they might possibly mutate here, which will play a land and be able to hit that for 5, depending on how big they get. So if they mutate the fly creature, put it on there, it becomes a 4/5 and draws a card. And then we are able to kill it with our Rock Slide. Our one hope is they don't kill this. If they don't kill this, then we're set up pretty decently. Okay, so they're going to play the Necropanther on there, getting bigger, and bringing back the Nightbonder. Yep, bring them in a 4/4, and the Nightbonder comes back out. That's a pretty good play. Like I said, this when I was drafting, this guy's great. So seeing those back to back was definitely a sign earlier, but what can you do? All right, let's think here. Would we rather kill that, or would we rather kill the Necropanther, or would we rather draw a bunch of cards? That's what this turn comes down to. I think the option to draw cards will be there later. I think it's better to lay land, rock slide that. And I'm not going to offer a double block here. I think this guy's too valuable to our game plan. So we'll get that guy out of the, we'll get the Necropanther out of the way so they can stop getting things back. And keep playing the game. Now if they want to mutate, they have to mutate on the Farfinder, whatever his name is. Well, is it the girl or the fox? It's the fox. Okay. All right. Let's see what they want to do. Our turn is most likely going to play out Cathartic Reunion, draw 5 cards, discard 2. Assuming they don't kill Riel. I also want to get this online and on board, but I don't need to do that until we get a Cycler in hand because I want to be able to lay it out and swing. So we'll hold on to that for a while too. Opponent is hard in the tank, it seems. They're going through their time. Hopefully they didn't disconnect. That'd be a sucky way to end the game. We will see. Fairfinder and our hand's not looking that good. It's definitely going to be one of the cards we send back. Probably it in the island. Because as you've seen in our deck, we don't need that many islands. Our 4th is definitely useless. It looks like there's a good chance that they may have disconnected, which is unfortunate. I like Essence Scatter. I like it less when the spells with Flash can't be countered, but oh well. I'm going to keep it. Alright, cool. Good, good, good. So now I can lay the land and cycle like I talked about earlier and swing for 5. So let's do that. We'll cycle 1. Now we only draw 1 card here because it only reads the first time each turn, but I think that's perfectly fine. We still replace our cards in our hand. We'll swing for 5 here. I still don't want to offer her up. We're going to churn through the deck, so we're going to have to keep a good eye on that going forward. But they can't double block or do anything about this. And also, there's a good chance that they go through their timer in their turn and we just win this game that way. Oh, they came back. Okay, cool. We're have a game again. You're on. That's pretty neat. You're going to bring back the Farfinder, and get a land. We have the mana to tap 2 things down now. So that's possible, might be what we do and get in for 6. We'll see. We'll see what we do. It's also possible I want to kill this Nightbonder so I can hold up Essence Scatter going forward. Part of me wants to cycle 1, draw 2, discard, and draw 2, and then get this out here, and then we'll have a creature, non-human and a human, then we can draw 2 more. So for 2 mana, I can draw 4 cards. That feels pretty good. I think that's worth doing. I mean, how are we going to get in, though? That's a question. If we do that. I guess we're okay trading off this for the flyer if that's what they want to do. Yeah, so go ahead. We'll go ahead and do this. I'm fine. We're drawing a bunch of cards. Whew, God, it is a bunch of cards. Alright, well, I'm glad we drew a bunch of cards now. Let's go ahead and kill off that flyer. Kill off the Night Bonder. Okay. And then we were going to swing for a lot of damage. We're at 13 cards, so we're going to draw 2 more cards. Swing for a lot of damage. They're going to chump block the 9. Now, it feels bad not being able to hold up Essence Scatter here, so it's possible I went too far in the tank, but we're going to have a full hand. We've got 2 things we can tap down. We can also cycle and bring this back. Got a bunch of options. So it's going to take a lot for them to get in the way of what we're doing here. I think that was just an explosive turn. Too cool. Alright, we want to make sure not to draw the rest of our deck. I think that's our one way to lose here. So let's go ahead. Play that. I think I'm fine with tapping this guy down. Tap that down. Cycle. Yep, cycle this, bringing this out, and swinging for lethal. Assuming they don't have a 2-mana way to interact, which they shouldn't. Alright, that was explosive. That's the power of the deck. That's the power of Riel. And that's why we wanted her so badly in the deck. Alright, almost a tier 2 of Diamond. Getting there. Alright, that was a cool game. So, get our card. Let's play the next one. I've explored the blue-red spells deck before, but that one was a control version with double and ominous seas, and this one is playing out a lot different. So it's kind of cool that you can explore the same color pair, but be completely different decks. For example, red-white can be aggro, but aggro go wide, or it can be just the cycling control. So this format's definitely got a lot going on in it. We go first. We got 2 1-mana cyclers and a divination when we get a blue, and then we have 2 removal spells. Yeah, I think that's a definite keep. So we'll send it back and cycle that at the end of their turn. Cool. Cycle away. Ooh, we got her again. So now we want to get to our blue. So we'll keep sending it back. If they play something we want to do this with, we'll churn through our deck that way. If they don't, then we'll just cycle again. Well, we got good cards while we're waiting, don't we? 2 removal, divination, a big removal. Alright, cool. If we don't find something to kill, there's a good chance I'm going to cycle this turn. I just want to hit the blue. I want to get our deck going. We do have a lot of time, mind you, but I'd rather not let them get set up in their salt eye goodness. Yeah, cycle that too. There, finally at blue. Finally at blue, we made this really good. We're at 25 cards. I could play this out, but I'm going to get no real value of it, most likely. Whereas if I play this out, if they counter it, they do. I still make this, the Blitz bigger, so I can deal 4 at instant speed and exile something, and I can still fire Prophecy. So I'm going to draw cards. Cool. Good deal. We got another blue. So next turn we can officially get started. Sure. We'll let that survive. Alright. Riel most likely coming out this turn. Again, they might have Essence Scatter up because they've been holding up mana this whole time. So maybe it's better to do the Reflection. We don't have a Cycler, so that also feels a little bad. But we're also getting down to 22 cards, so Riel could really mill us to death if we don't get her out soon. I think I'm taking the chance. You got the counter? You do. I think they do. Yep, they did. Okay, cool. Now we're going to have to find a way to win without that, which is fine. We still got a bunch of stuff in our hand, a bunch of hate. Absolute bunch of hate. Yep, we're going through their deck pretty well too. Not wasting removal on that until I have to. I may kill that. Yeah, I think it's worth getting through my deck for killing that. I'm not going to let them get mana out of their deck. Thin it out. Man, I think it's a good time to get this down. I don't want to tap all that red. I don't know why I would want that. Cool. Alright, we're getting to the point where I'm going to start holding on to these lands for the Cathartic Reunion. So going to start thinking ahead here. That guy's big. He's going to die to this 4 mana murder, but he's big. Almost can kill him with this. Soon. Soon, soon, soon. Cool. So they were afraid I might activate that. Interesting. I do not want to discard any of these 3 for this, so I'm going to wait and do this another turn. I'm going to go ahead and kill the Mammoth. I'm going to sit back a little bit longer and see what happens. I don't see them playing around this time. If I had it, I would have swung there. Yep. I'm going to let that happen. Because if I kill it, then it just falls off and goes over here. So we'll let them mutate, get a land out of their deck. That's fine. I can always kill it as it's swinging at the end of turn. Which... they're still playing around me activating that. That's interesting. I'm going to kill it. We'll stop the mutate train right there. Asking scatter now. Yeah, I'm still open to just continuing. I'm okay playing a little bit of control going forward here. We still got plenty of ways to win. I think he's fine. I think we'd leave him alone. Okay, let that survive. Alright, that's what we've been waiting on. Remember, we have less blue cards in our deck, so we're going to try not to tap all our red there. I don't know how the tapper wants me to do there. I'm not in for that. So we'll Cathartic Reunion and see if they counter it. They did not. Alright, this is the reason we brought this in this deck. For this scenario, I can play this going forward. Alright, let's go ahead and see if they have a way to deal with a 5-4. Take action. Let's start the beats. So there's a good chance we might just cast this 3-4, 3-6 Vigilance next turn. Like I said, that's why we played the 1 of Windscarred Crag there. So we can cast this at some point if we want to. You know, 3-4 and 3-4. I think there's better things to counter than that. I think if they want to go off getting those kind of things, that's fine. I can kill that at any time. I can tap that at any time. That is not a concern of mine. Okay. Again, not swinging. Interesting. So we got 8 mana, so I could cast this and hold one of these up. I could just cycle this right here and swing for 5, and then maybe play this in the back end. Or I could just cycle and hold these 2 up. I think I'm going to start off by cycling. I think that's fine. I have a bunch of these. If I want to tap 2 things, I can still draw more. I have 1, 2, 3 in the graveyard, so maybe I don't have any more, which is fine. We'll swing. We'll keep going through the motions. We got to win the game somehow. We're running out of cards in our deck. So land, and now we're at 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can play the Imposing Vantasaur as a creature, and I can hold up Ads and Scatter or killing something. So we'll send it back. Yep, sure. Capture Sphere, that's fine. Do, 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 do. 2 mana, deal 10, exile it. That feels pretty good. Cool, we'll take 3. What do you got? All this time. Interesting. So you're choosing not because you already have. I have a good thing to. Okay, I would have a good target to just sacrifice, so it doesn't make sense to do it. Makes sense. So we'll Essence Scatter that. Do we want to cast a Lava Serpent, swing for 5, or cycle and let this swing for 5? I think we want to cast a Lava Serpent. He could counter it still, but I think having the creature out long term is better. And I'm getting low on cards, so churning through my deck still could be risky. They're pausing. They seem like they have something. Okay, so another Capture Sphere. Okay. So they've been holding those this whole time, knowing that if they Capture Sphere this, when it became a non-creature, it would just fall off. We have another Lava Serpent in the deck, so just wait and see if we see it. Yeah, that's not going to be very good here. We don't want to discard and draw any of this. So I think my best bet right now is I don't want to tap out all that. Blue is to go ahead and Rock Slide this Great Horn, take any of his mutate targets away, and keep up holding up removal. We're either going to hit another Cycler to bring this out to swing, or we're going to hit one of our Lava Serpents. 1 mine's not bad. We can draw 2, go to 7. Yeah, I think we got 2. Again, well, we got enough red. Okay, well, that's scary. We're at 7. I could discard 2 and draw 2 to deal 2 to something. I'm gonna hold the land, but we're getting to a scary point where we're not gonna have enough cards in our deck. And they're at 13. I think we'll draw normal. Healer. Again, that's why we put white in the deck. It's paying off. Ooh, I could have swung for 5 there. That's okay. That's okay. Swinging for 5 there was probably better. That's fine. That gives us something to charnel force. We have to get something going. Yeah, we're getting lower on our deck, but we're going to have to kill that. Start getting a way to win. Oop. So we'll kill the Frostlings, draw 2. Fairfinder gets a land out of the deck. You may search. We're going to choose not to. Oof, we're at 3 cards. They're at 18. So 3 swings. Reflection. I don't think I have enough. I don't think I have enough cycling left in the deck to swing 3 times. We might just die. Let's count the lands. 1, 2, 5, 10. So we got 10 lands on the battlefield. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 14 lands that we see. So we know one of the 3 cards is a land in the deck. We know a Lava Serpent is in the deck. So I think the best call is to cycle, hit for 5, possibly draw the Lava Serpent, and hit for 10. So I think cycling is the best idea here. So let's cycle. Take action. Lava Serpent. Okay, playing to our outs. Whammy, no whammy. Let's play the land and pretend that we have a counter, even though they won't play around it, but might as well pretend. Lava Serpent. Play with haste. Hopefully swing for 10. No, they had a counter. Okay. Well, we're in bad shape, my friend. I think that was our path to victory, and we went after it. But I don't think we're going to be able to kill them in time. Swing for 3. Yep, there's no way to win from here. But if that survives there, that's our only way to win. So we played to our outs. We played right, but nothing you can do. Yep. Play back to him. Alright, so we ended up losing that game. We ended up being our own worst enemy drawing cards, which is definitely a possibility when playing this deck. So we might have to watch that going further and see if there's any way to play around that. I think maybe a pivotal term there was playing the Riel into the Essence Scatter. Maybe we could have been a little bit more patient. But it looks like they had 3 capture spheres, they had a couple Essence Scatters. They were playing a very controlling game too, so there probably wasn't a good opening to do it. But hindsight, maybe that was the play that did it. This ain't great, but it's keepable. Got a 1-mana cycler. I'll go ahead and play the tap land to start off with. Got a 1-mana cycler and a 2-mana cycler. Draw 2. Could be good. Send it back. I got 4 land already, so I think I'm going to opt to not cycle this right away. In case we flood out, I'd rather play him as a haster. So I'll cycle this probably at the end of the turn. Okay. That's definitely a card. That's definitely a reason I should have played it the opposite way, because then I could play this next turn and get in for... But let's go ahead and draw 2. And we drew removal and Farfinder. That's not bad. So as we draw more cards, we got 5 land and 2 6-mana beaters. Well, I don't see any reason not to just continue our mana ways and keep our hand loaded. Go ahead and take the blue, even though our red's more important in our hand. Alright. Cool. It's a good guy to kill. play out the red. We can kill that and play out the stinger, and then the next turn lay the serpent or the smasher. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. We want to kill this before he can mutate or attempt to get a cheaper cost on a mutate card. So let's go ahead. We'll play out the stinger, get some creatures out, get some way to win, and go. It's possible this turn we might change our approach, and if we get a 1-mana cycler, maybe we lay out the reflection and 1-mana cycler instead. It's also a possibility. What do we want to do? Do we want to kill this before it can sack and gain life and draw a card? Do we want to just get a haster and start smacking? I could kill this, get in for 3, cycle 2, but that doesn't feel good. I don't want to get rid of a creature. And this, I kind of want to put pressure rather than stay back. Yep, I'm going to play out the haster. Okay, here we go. Yeah, next turn we'll have 7 mana, so we can do both of these if we want. You got it. I'm not blocking your 2/4. Yep, it's a good reason to play it that way. Yeah. Okay, so we're facing the humans deck. Right. So we're at 6 mana. We could play this 1-mana cycler, swing for 5. We could play this out, start getting set up, but in this deck they have a lot of like pacifisms and sorcery speed removal, to where I think maybe the better idea is to try to get something that's harder to kill out. Yeah, so I'm going to go with the reflection, cycle 1. I should have left a blue open, but I guess I can always play that. We'll cycle 1. Get a ping damage in. Take action. See what we draw. Okay, we'll lay a land. We'll hold 1 for Cathartic Reunion. And swing for 5. Put the pressure back on them. And like I said, this way we can get something that's a little harder for them to kill. If they want to kill this in this deck, they either have to play another one of these dire tactics, or like maybe like a deal 4 to target attacking or blocking creature. So I feel like getting this out started might be the better call. This is just too easy to kill. Doesn't do anything right off the bat. Interesting. Okay. Don't like to see that. So I can cycle this for 3, having 4 mana left over, and then I can also rock slide this, forcing their hand to sack something. I think that's my only choice this turn. So let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and make them. Yeah. Let's go ahead and make them make a choice now. Most likely they'll maybe sack this, gain a life, and draw a card. Fight is 1. Okay. See? Now we don't run into that combat trick. And there's no reason to swing anymore. And there's no reason to cycle this anymore. And there's not a good reason to play out a land either, so we'll send it back. Might be in a rough shape in this one as well. We got a lot going for them. Yep. Mardu humans. Interesting. We seen what they're splashing red for yet? A stinger? That doesn't seem worth it. Unless they got enough cycling for it, but I don't see any cycling at all. At least it cycles for one, so maybe it's worth it for them. I don't know. Okay, now we're swinging for them. Interesting. See, I could cast that as I'm swinging and eat one of their creatures, or I gotta get this on board and swing. They could Divining Arrow it, but they also could Divining Arrow whatever I make a 4/4, so it doesn't really change anything. So I'm going to start off with cycling and make that a 5/4 and see what happens. Okay. So in my hand, I have a couple options. In my hand, when I swing with this, I can cycle this, giving this first strike, which when it becomes not a creature, it'll go back and it'll keep the first strike counter and it'll keep coming back out with it. With first strike, when they double block, it should survive. I can Charnel Force for 3 and kill one of these. Kill this and punch through here and draw 3 extra cards. Let's go ahead and swing. We'll make a decision from there. He could certainly blow me out with any of this by having the Divine Arrow. Dire Tactics. That's pretty good too. Okay. So there's nothing we can do to stop that. So we let that happen. All that being said, there's no reason to hold this as a cycler anymore other than ping him 1. So I think I'm going to lay out the creature and continue to hold lands for cards like Charnel Force and Cathartic Reunion. There's a good chance we're going to electrify something for 3 this next turn. Hopefully we got them out of their removal to where the Smasher can start doing what he is named after, smashing. Do his best Hawk impression. But there's a good chance they just have that, which is what this deck is kind of known for. Yeah, that's a good turn. Okay, they're down to 9, so we're not dead in the water yet. Okay, so the plan is to rock slide this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, I can't kill them both. Because then I wouldn't have an extra mana left over for Charnel Force. So I could Charnel Force do 2 of this and draw 2, but he could in response just sack it and draw a card. So I want to get this off as soon as possible. I can always kill this later. So I think I'm going to rock slide this. Again, force his hand. If he sacks that to draw a card, we're 100% okay with that. If he doesn't, then he made the right choice, I think, too. If we had 1 more mana, we'd kill this too and have extra cards in hand, but we don't. So we're just going to sit back, let them hit us for 5. We got a lot of life, a lot of draws, a lot of good draws. We'll be all right. For example, if we hit Riel off the top, we could play it and then Charnel Force, discard 2 and draw 4. Oof, that's pretty good. That's going to change a lot. Yep, that guy has double strike, right? Yeah, double strike. That's why he's playing the red. So I think my best bet is on his turn to tap it. I could deal 3, draw 3, and hope to hit a removal spell. We've already hit both of our rock slides and our flame spill, so what we have left is the 2 mana deal 3 or more. 1, 2, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6 instants of sorceries in the yard, so I could dig for something, theoretically, to kill this, and kind of 2-for-1 myself, and then always have this as a backup. Sure. Let's go digging. Let's deal 2 to that. Oh, is that really what I want to do? Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4. Yeah, because if I only deal 2, then I only have 1 card in the deck that can kill that. I have to deal 3. I guess I don't have to do it right now. I've passed the turn to where I could tap that. It's double strike, right? We'll take it one more turn. Let's see if they play something else. Okay. Alright, I'm going to lock both of these down this turn. And then we're going to go for the Charnel Force on my turn. Yep, deal 3, draw 3, see what happens. Well, target myself, deal 3 to that, discard 3. Here's hoping we draw something. The exile spell would be the best. Something to draw. Unless your last card is... Oh, we did. We hit it. Do they have some kind of save spell? We're at, what, 13 cards left? That deals 8, so I'm not really concerned about them getting beefy enough. So we'll do it on their upkeep, because why not? And then they have to use the mana on their turn. And they didn't. Okay, cool. Alright, see what happens. Oh, goodness. Hello, beautiful. Are you too late? If I play her, I am going to have to let 3 come in. Go to 4. I'm going to discard 2, whatever my next card would be, and draw 5, and go to 7 cards left. Yeah, I'm a player. We're going to see if this is our path to victory. And hope we just don't get her killed. Last card, man. 3 of them. Woof! We were just not going to win this game. We have too few threats, and they had too many removal. All of it's removal. Look at that. We'll keep drawing. Nice. Alright, let's see what else you got there, buddy. So they got the +2. No, they just got me dead. Oh, man. Well, that's a rough one to lose. Pretty well on the back foot, most of it. I'm not sure I played the turn where I tapped both their people down the best. I should have tapped him probably before he swung. But I felt like that was a decision that was made for me because I was talking too long about it and the timer was getting on me. So I kind of rushed through it a little bit more than I wanted to. Well, this would be definitely a disappointing deck to be 1-3. Be probably my worst record I've done yet in this format, but that's Magic for you. So let's just get on a roll. Let's do what this deck's supposed to do. Draw a bunch of cards and go crazy. It's sure taking its time to get into a match. Here we are. Cool. Alright, so we got a 1-mana cycler. And we got 2 land, both of our colors. Yeah, that's a keeper. I just have to decide whether I want to cycle with this in my hand. I think I have enough 1-mana cyclers and other cyclers to go ahead and play it out turn. Probably 2, because I want to play the tap land first. But our hand's plenty good. We got card draw, removal. They're playing, this is their companion. That's a pretty cool one. Alright, cool. Had to go down to 6 cards. Alright, cool. Got 2 1-mana cyclers. Again, I might consider not cycling for this, but I do want to hit land, so I think I have to. If I don't hit land the first cycle, I'm going to cycle again. Okay. Stinger is another reason to keep my 1-mana cyclers in hand. And there's a 2-mana spell. It could get Essence scattered with the mana I have open, but I think the upside's there. I'm going to play out the Stinger. And after this, I will go ahead and start cycling 1 if I need to. The next turn, if it plays out this way and I do draw a land without cycling, I'll probably of 1 mind and draw 2 and kind of get our deck going with lands and spells. They're considering countering this or not. Interesting. I think if you have the counter, you just do it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we'll see how this game plays out. It's possible I should have cycled there, but ooh, that's probably a must kill right now. I can't let them get extra cards and make up for their mulligan. I also want this to get as big as possible, so I don't think cycling and then doing this is the right one. I think I want to be mana effective. Don't give them a chance to pump on their turn and just kill it. So this is up to 2. The next turn, if I draw a land, I can lay this and cycle 1. I can lay the reflection and cycle 1 and get it for 5. Frostlink doesn't do much here. Frostlink doesn't do much against the reflection altogether. So we'll go ahead and lay out the reflection. We'll cycle 1, get it out, and start swinging. We drew another 1-mana cycler in the startling development. Alright, cool. So I like where we're heading. Not too bad. Alright, we drew a land. Let's think about this. If I swing, he has a chance to block with a 5/5. Or if he takes 5, then he has a chance to take his Gigantha and tap for 5 mana and really ramp out his turn. Which I'm definitely not on board with that. Could Charnel Force and deal 3. But I don't like that either. I just played my land, so there's no chance of getting a land. I think I have to swing. So I think step 1, tap my red, cycle, see what we draw, activate it. Alright, we drew another red spell, a red mana. Dealing 4, I wish I had 1 more in the graveyard. Alright, we'll go ahead and swing. Start off by swinging. He is going to block. Alright, we'll make that trade. That means they're not going to go off on their turn. We'll use our turn drawing cards. That feels fine. Alright, cool. Now we drew cards to make our channeled force that much better. We could deal 3 and draw 3, and that'd be fine. Or I can just hold on to this, all this removal, and got a bunch of options. We'll wait and see what happens. Okay. That thing probably is going to die now. Can't have them mutating and drawing cards a bunch. They're holding up 2 mana, which means they probably have Essence Scatter. So nothing's going to get in the way of what we're doing. I think there's a chance. There might be something we want to cycle into. So maybe we cycle first. Well, first and foremost, we know we're going to kill this. So let's go kill that. We'll just play it that way. That thing dies. I think I'm going to kill that, play a mana, leave up, deal 6. Alright. That's pretty good. I didn't see that coming. That being said, I think I still feel okay killing it. Yeah, I can't take a chance of it drawing any more cards. I'm going to kill it. There you go. We're going to have to draw into some of our win conditions. Some of our other win conditions. That's a good card to have to draw into win conditions. We will cast of 1 Mind, draw 2. If they want to counter it, they can. They did not. Alright, the Vantasaur, is that what his name is? Yeah. So we'll play a land, hold out Charnel Force to deal 3 and draw 3 if we want. But most likely we'll just kind of hold everything in hand. That 1/2 is not worth killing. And there's a good chance we just lay this a 3/4 way to win. 3/6 play it way to win. And if they decide to counter, that's fine. Don't see any reason to cycle right now. I want to hold as many dead spells with Charnel Force. I'm going to go ahead and lay this as a 3/6. Let them counter it. Let them use a counter. They did not. And I'll pass the turn back. Again, the ambush doesn't look that good here, and the 2 lands doesn't either, so it's fine. So we activated their trap card, Capture Sphere, got us, but that's fine. Again, if it wasn't going to do that to anything, it might as well be the off-color card that's just okay. Again, I like holding our options open. These could be any cards at this point. Alright, cool. Do you have a mutate card on top of that to make a 3/3, or am I just killing that at the end of the turn? Because I don't mind trading this for this. This card can really go off. Ooh. Okay. Stark's pretty dang good. Okay. So, now we gotta think. Charnel Force can deal 4 and gain and draw 4. I could kill like this and have 4 extra cards, and I would have 3 mana left. So if I draw, say, the Rumbling, Rock Slide, and a land, and those 4 cards, I could kill the Starix on top of that. It's not out of the question. I also could just tap these 2 things down and buy time. Could just play this as a 5/5. Choices. Alright, how many ambushes have we played? 1, 2. So this is our last chance to ambush anything. We don't want them to draw a mutate, because if they do that, they can lay it on this and get a free card, or they can just get another creature. I'm going to take a chance here. I'm going to deal 4 to the... I've got to choose myself first. Deal 4 to this. Draw 4. Draw 4 straight lands. Oh man. Price was wrong on that one. Draw, discard their land. Okay, swing for 6. We draw another land. We know we're definitely wrong, but I don't think we were going to get out of it if that's the case. Rock Slide. Okay, so we were just one card off of getting the card we wanted. We are back in it for sure. I'm holding these because we still have Cathartic Reunion in our hand deck. We also have one Lava Serpent and the Riel. So, got plenty of ways to still win the game. But again, we're suffering from the fact that we're getting close to the bottom of our deck, so our time is limited. Yep, they have to decide whether drawing cards or getting in is better. Probably have a good card. No? Alright. Can you answer this? Did they draw something? Ah, oh, son of a... That really sucks. That's rough. Another land. Yikes. Alright, let's count our land. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're playing 16 lands, so there's 2 left in our 10 cards. There's 1 left in our 8 cards now. We can look at our deck why we do this to kind of see what we want to get. Alright, so Reunion definitely not. We want this Smasher. And we want this Serpent. Those are the main things we want. Okay, so we have to get something. So we're gonna have to get one of these lands, unfortunately. As much as I don't want to thin my deck all the more, but I'm gonna have to. Yeah, that's a bad one for them to draw. We definitely didn't want them to load up their hand more. We don't need more to deal with. And we definitely just got more to deal with. At this point, none of the cards I'm going to draw is going to get me out of this. Because if I lay 1 blocker, they still get in for 2. If I get a removal spell, they still get in for 2. I guess if I do this and rummage into something else, there's a chance. This thing has menace. Got to remember that. That might get us on its own. Alright, Stinger. I mean, Healer. It's all up to you now. Alright, so they swing for 1. And then maybe our 2 blockers added into a 3rd one off the top will be okay. Assuming they don't play anything at all. And they did. Yep, and we're dead. So that's the end of that league. I think we fell victim to something that you can do in these kind of leagues a lot, in these kind of cool sets. I think we got a little too cute with the deck. I think we were all in on the drawing of cards and things of that nature, and we didn't have enough ways to kill them. All I had to do was answer 1 or 2 things along the way. And this set has a good amount of removal, and then they were fine. And they just continued doing what they're doing while we just drew a bunch of cards and basically milled ourselves to death. We were so close on every single game. So I think that was one of the problems with the deck. I think we need more ways to win in this style of deck. I think you need maybe the 2-drop that can get a counter and get bigger each time, or if we're going to draw all these cards, then you need the Ominous Seas that you can get a counter every time you draw a card and make an 8/8 Kraken. I think for this deck, these style of decks to function and work, you need those cards, things that are kind of hard to deal with and that they have to continue dealing with. But all that being said, I think the draft was pretty cool. Some of the games were cool. The one we won was really cool. But I think there's a lesson to be learned here that sometimes drawing cards is just that if that's the only thing you're doing in your deck, you're not winning. You're not presenting a problem for the opponent. They can just pretty much ignore it and beat you down. So I think going forward, we might want to keep that in mind. All right, well, I hope you guys learned something. I sure did. And hopefully you'll pay attention to the next video, even though this one didn't go very well. All right, thanks. Bye.